Talk Show.
It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 489.
It's Fat Fridays.
You went off. You were going to do an Uber Eats order. Decided
Yeah.
it would be quicker just you running out and getting something.
Oh, mate, it's it's Friday morning. We're recording this, and it's a hard time. Not all shops are open. Not all like restaurants that do the lunchtime service are open. So you're very limited.
Well, the reason that the lunchtime service isn't open is because it's before 9 a.m.
Yeah. And I don't want to spend the $7.99 on a delivery fee.
I wonder how Uber Eats 97. Can you look at how Uber Eats actually structures their delivery pricing? So, for instance, sometimes it can be $2.99. I just spend all my time in the free section. Like I'll just refresh what's available, what's available, waiting for my favorites.
You're living a life, aren't you, mate?
Yeah, I mean it's good if you've got 2 hours. Like if you can have dinner between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m., you could either spend between 5 and 7 cooking your food, or you can spend it refreshing until the thing that you want comes up. It's the ultimate hunting and gathering.
What if it doesn't come? What if it doesn't come up?
Oh, you end up getting a margarita pizza for lunch, isn't it?
Look, let's not sway too far away from the Fat Fridays, but firstly, you guys are getting your blood tests today. No, I don't know if this is a problem. I've tried to work it out, but what Mr. 97 has, because he got his referral last night, what Mr. 97 has on his is different to what mine said on mine. So I'm trying to work it out between, because we're getting a testosterone
It's
tested.
testosterone. He's got testosterone as well.
Well, that's what I asked for. And mine said testosterone free or free testosterone.
Yeah,
and so
I saw this.
And so there's what I'm trying to work out is there one testosterone, overall testosterone level within the body, and then there's another marker which is testosterone free. So it's not lacking of, like free. It's like just a medical term, free testosterone.
I just assume, given how much you've been trying to get these free tests, I just assumed that you meant that they were free.
Oh no,
it
was free. It was free. Didn't pay for it.
Like, mate, can you at least can you actually write that down?
What I'm worried,
Right, testosterone, I know, but just let me know.
I need to know that this is going to be free, and I want to see it on the paper. So I'm trying to work out. I think what's going to happen is you're the one going to the doctor today, and Mr. 97's getting the blood test, and hopefully you can too. We need to ask the pathologist, is the testosterone free the same as the testosterone? Or you need to say, does this test for testosterone free as well? Because then then we can run off that marker.
Sure.
It's quite complicated, but I was spending a bit of time worrying about it last night.
Yeah, an update on that Uber surge pricing.
Well, it's not surge pricing.
No, well, they do during peak hour.
Okay,
that delivery fee?
Yeah. But it's based on the distance from the restaurant.
Sure. So that's what I find.
Else.
Like my Uber Eats is within 800 meters normally of my place, I reckon, which is
that why it's free?
It's a free zone, right? It's the free zone.
LC.
M said to her husband, I love these guys. And he said, are they the ones talking about nothing, like a modern day Seinfeld?
Oh, the modern day Seinfeld is nice.
Yeah. Who's Kramer? You got Kramer vibes because Kramer's always looking dumb. And you're not afraid to
which one's
yourself
which one's the
dumb.
perfect one in Seinfeld?
Jerry.
So you are Jerry.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. You've called me Seinfeld.
Dill takes photos, says, when are we going to see some snapback caps with Gronk on the front?
I know you love them. I just don't like snapbacks. But
yeah, snapbacks
if people demand them. If Dill, I know you wear snapbacks, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
they look good on you.
Both Dills are in the chat sending each other some love. So
that's nice. We actually, TJ was literally saying yesterday we need to get Dill takes photos on FaceTime at some point soon.
Yeah.
Next week. I mean, what's the time right now in, where is he? Ireland.
I always get confused between Scotland and Ireland. Isn't that fucking embarrassing?
It's Ireland. It's Ireland. He's Irish.
They're in northern something.
He's from the land of Conor McGregor, which is, Ireland. He's Irish.
Wayne Peters, I really don't understand why people use Uber Eats.
Well, Wayne, that feels like a personal attack.
All right, so
I agree. I think the thing is that it's I've noticed that as I'm getting older, I'm losing some of my abilities, or it's getting more and more uncomfortable for me to, like, me going to the doctor and having to deal with all this stuff, high pressure. I feel it. I'm just so stressed about it. I was like, because Brie was like, oh, you should get them to check your blood pressure. It's gonna be through the roof, especially because I've been given like 40 different things that you want me to say in the. Like,
have you booked the appointment?
No. I'm going to
when are you going?
Straight after this. I want to go before midday. I want to go at like 11 a.m. With the I think
have you booked it though?
No.
Can you just? Is it just a walk-in?
No, I'll just book. I'll just call up. If I can.
Booking just like 10 minutes before you.
Yeah.
No, I'll just call. No,
he
call
thinks
up
it's
now and
Uber
say,
Eats. You can get it when you want.
In fact, if I could Uber Eats a GP, I would.
Yeah, doctors on call. But it's expensive.
Mm.
Imagine if we did that, we could just get a doctor.
But it's just the whole.
Come to the office. No,
I can't see. So, what is the concern with me just being honest, saying
you can?
My mates.
You do, but if it fucks up, you just have to go to another GP.
And so you think it will fuck up based on?
Well, it might. It might not. I don't know.
But is it illegal for us to be comparing or something? Like, what's the concern?
I don't know.
What do you think the concern is? 97 of me just saying, hey. I'm in a podcast. My mate thinks that he's got more testosterone.
Yeah,
I'm pretty.
I think that they'll probably just be like, it's a waste of resources.
Yeah.
If any, like that'll be their reason, right? Just to wait. Like, what's the point? Like, there was like a 90-year-old bloke sitting next to me yesterday when I was getting mine done.
In the actual
not
doctor's...
in the room. No, just in the waiting room next to me. And so
I was going to say that's weird.
It was just like
bulk bills, really. Yeah, we can't fucking. If it's going to be bulk bills, you're going to have to do it with batching.
Two at once.
No, but I was just like, I wonder what he's in here for. He's like this old bloke with like shakes and stuff, and
he's probably got a fucking podcast.
He's testing his test.
He's just
the test.
Can we see what the food is?
Okay, so I was trying to work out what I would get for today. And I just want you, each time I bring out an item, just say what it is, all right?
Okay. So you've got a green bag, like a Woolworths bag.
Just read out what that is.
This is annoying.
Read out what that is.
Pumpkin soup.
Okay, yeah. And read out what this is. Yeah.
Marshmallow Co. Pink and white marshmallows.
Yeah.
No artificial colours or flavours.
Okay, and we got this one. What's this one?
Oh, no. I think I know what this is. What's happening? It's a Grand
just say what it is. What it is. You don't need to say what the brand is.
It's cheese. But
what is it?
I reckon it's milk, salt. No,
just
dairy.
It's Parmesan cheese.
Okay. Well, it doesn't say Parmesan on it.
And now what's that?
A Party Mix, a natural confectionery company.
Which is Josh's
Baby's
crack.
favourite.
It's Josh's crack.
Yeah.
And so there's 4 items here. And I want you to tell me what they all have in common.
Vegetarian.
What about that?
Is that a sentence? What about that?
Yeah, what about that? What does that mean? What have they all got in common? But elaborate on what you think, why you say that word.
I feel like they've all got gelatin in them.
Which would mean what?
They've got animal product, but they're vegetarian. So they're not vegan.
Okay.
So the lollies have...
All of these 4 products, the same thing, the consistent thing is they are not vegetarian.
But they say they are.
No, they are not vegetarian. Which you might think just from looking at them.
So gelatin...
A can of pumpkin soup would be vegetarian. You might think cheese, I can eat cheese, I'm a vegetarian. Milks and cheese, Parmesan cheese, not vegetarian. Gelatin within marshmallows.
What the fuck? Why would you do 6 things that I can... 1, 2, 3... What, I have 4 things I can't eat?
Because I thought I want to support my mate, and in this quest for
this is the weirdest support
becoming
I've
a
ever
vegetarian. And it's like,
you're the equivalent of being like, hey mate, did you enjoy that vegetarian soup? And then I say yes, and you're like, well, there was bacon in it.
No, but I'm not going to make... My point is, it's Fat Fridays. I'm not going to make you eat any of these. But I thought, I was trying to work out, my initial thought was, I'm going to go to the supermarket. I'm going to find like all these cool vegetarian things that you can eat. And there's a couple that are called like veggie chips, and there's a bunch in the, the aisles of the frozen food and stuff. I was like, we can't really eat that. And then I was like, what are the things that most people would think are vegetarian?
So
but
gelatin, we are not considering these things as vegetarian.
No, they're not. If you're a vegetarian, they're not. Gelatin is an animal product. It comes
animal
from
products, but the thing
it
is
comes from the hooves of an animal. So I'll tell you. So I did some interesting. Like I thought this is
But there's
interesting
not.
education
Yeah, I know
for
it's
you.
interesting education. But we've got a Fat Fridays where there's nothing I can fucking eat.
This
So
is,
you put me in a position.
So I'll just tell you, that, like this.
Are you gonna break being vegetarian?
Nah, well, I'm
No,
annoyed.
I don't want him to. This pumpkin soup has chicken stock in it, which you can't eat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't you think this is interesting for someone who wants to become a vegetarian?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's the worst Fat Fridays ever.
Yeah, but I thought I'd spice it up a bit.
No, I get it. I get it.
You don't need
And
to.
so
Your
you're
want
going
was to eat shit food.
I thought, yeah, when I saw my initial thoughts, oh God, it's coming out the bag. It's broken. I can smell it. No, but to be honest, I thought what was happening is you'd taken 4 items that were vegetarian and you were going to play some form of game where we had to like spin a wheel and one of us was going to end up with soup. One was going to end up...
Which you can't do any of these. But I thought, in my support for you, would have you eaten natural confectionery? Would have you eaten that while you're a vegetarian?
So if I was to eat these, what would that make me? And not a vegetarian, but what would I be?
I mean, there are vegetarians that are pretty loose that still sort of eat lollies and, you know, things that have some form of animal products. I'm sure there's people eating Parmesan cheese.
What's the deal with eggs?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Eggs? No, eggs are poultry. It's a part of...
So it's...
What?
No, so hang on, wait. People... The thing is they haven't had to kill an animal.
Yeah.
They haven't had to kill an animal. That's the whole...
Yeah, aren't all eggs just little chickens that haven't been...
No, that's not correct. Are
Fertilised.
you honestly fucking saying that?
No, they are, aren't they? They just haven't been... The eggs haven't been fertilised.
But there's no living thing within it. That's the whole... It's not an egg.
Don't question Mr. Perfect.
Nah, you guys... you're
Wait, so you're saying we're wrong?
Oh, look it up. I'm happy to be wrong, but I don't think that...
No, you're not.
I'm happy to be wrong, but I don't think that eggs that you eat are
No, they're never going to turn into little chickens necessarily, but they're like part of the...
They're ready for a little chicken.
Yeah, it's an egg.
Yeah.
What are eggs designed for?
I don't know. Have a look. So they're non-fertilized eggs is what you're saying.
That's what 97 said.
But you're trying to go... That's why they're not vegetarian. That's why... You're trying to go, how are they vegetarian if they are eggs?
Kroger says eggs are off limits for vegans, but all good for vegos.
Yeah. But so that's what I thought. Yeah, what were we going to say?
Trev Longjoin, by the way.
Oh,
I saw his little feature on A Current Affair on split payment banking apps.
Oh, yeah.
It was great.
What was he saying?
Oh, just the new banking apps. You can split money easily between your friends, so you don't have to
Did
pay
you get
them
any
back and
text
stuff.
messages last night?
Yeah, we'll get to that. But I'll... So
It may involve
just
Trev.
without derailing my fucking thing that
Segment.
I'm doing here, do you want to know? I don't have to fucking do this.
No, I do.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
So
Anyway.
you're not doing it?
Well,
No, well, so I'm curious. No, but I'm curious as to what am I? If I was to eat these lollies, what does that make me? 97.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
All
What
right,
does
so
it
I
make you-
heard the other day, Jace Hawkins on his radio show was doing the sausage sizzle at the Hampton Bowls Club, and there was a little girl who was saying, "I can't eat them because I'm a polo pescatarian."
the fuck is that? Polo chicken. Pescatarian.
And
Fish.
she eats
Fish.
chicken and fish.
Yeah,
So you want to be a gelatin vegetarian?
Yeah.
yeah. And do I get all the benefits? Is this because I'm trying not to do vegetarian. I'm trying to do vegetarian so that I can help with inflammation. Is
Those
a
aren't
party
gonna
mix bad for inflammation?
Yeah.
But hang it. So this is where I'm just trying to. I think you're just trying to establish the understanding of the rules of a vegetarian, and so this is why I was getting this because I didn't know this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just eat all of this stuff.
Well, you're not a vegetarian.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think that's where you non-vegetarians don't think about what they're eating. They
No, I
just
get that.
eat.
So there was the gelatin in that, gelatin in the thing.
So that's
Cheese?
So the gelatin, it's from animal bones.
Mm-hmm.
The cheese, which is specifically hard cheese, not brie. Brie you can eat, Josh.
Mm-hmm. Soft cheeses.
Soft cheeses, hard cheeses. So that specific. Read the ingredients of that parmesan. Parmesan. Sean Connery's just reading.
Parmesan.
What's in the parmesan?
It's Dr. Evil.
What's in it?
Ingredients: unpasteurized cow's milk, salt, animal rennet. What's rennet?
So animal rennet is the lining of animals' intestines.
Oh,
So that's what you got there. So
who
that's
would have thought
Parmesan
that would
cheese.
be Parmesan?
Yeah, Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
And so then you got pumpkin soup.
Do
Which
we have any vegos
think-
on the Instagram that are saying whether I can, like, what the deal is?
it's so I remember there would be like I had a friend who was a vegetarian when we were younger, and I think he might still be, but he wouldn't eat like chicken flavored chips.
Or with
Like-
chicken salt.
Yeah, wouldn't eat
Is that
any
what-
of that. Yeah, he just flat out nothing, no animal products. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, you could do the final goodbye.
No.
I'm like, but I want to support you. Like I did this because I'm like, how can I support you?
Mhm.
I don't want you falling off the veggie
I
wagon.
know. I guess the thing is that when
You're hungry and you're
what
angry.
happens with Fat Fridays?
I don't know. You can get your own fucking Fat Fridays. This is a different approach. We can mix it up.
Yeah.
Didn't have to be you just being a pig on camera.
No, but the
Is that
thing
what you wanted?
No, but the Fat Fridays, it's normally
At least this is content.
yeah, no. But I guess the thing with Fat Fridays is like, especially like I didn't eat anything or whatever because I was.
You don't eat anything anyway.
I know, but I was sort of primed to it.
I'm sort of glad I got my smoothie. Anyway, Crocker says polo pescatarian. That's crazy. White wine is also filtered through fish scales.
Yeah. I've heard that.
It says
Yeah.
on. Well, it says on it. May contain
contain
fish or
animal-
eggs. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Emma says you can get loads of cheese these days with veggie rennet.
Veggie
Okay.
rennet.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
What the intestines of what vegetable? Or they just have called it vegetable rennet. I mean, it's like vegans who can't, you're not a vegan, but vegans who don't do eggs that can't have things like amaretto sours or like some cocktails because they use egg white. But then there's another version, which is the vegan friendly one. They use so they soak chickpeas in water and then they use the water from the chickpeas. And then that does the same thing. And so there is, I know when you're hungry because you do.
Well, I feel like
You're so hungry. And that's why you've got a bit grumpy because I didn't bring food. I actually do know the funny thing is, I thought on the way back, I bet you Josh will be a bit pissed because I didn't get actual food to eat.
Yeah,
But then I was like, maybe it's just a better content play of actually talking about some shit that you would probably eat if you were eating vegetarian pasta.
I definitely like the idea of you know what? When you went down to pick something up, I thought
you
this
got
was
excited.
I thought this was the armband thing all over again. I
What's
cracked
that?
the shits, and then you go, "No, I've got you something that's vegetarian."
We can get it, but I just thought we don't need to watch you eat.
So you got everything for you.
I'm not going to eat any of it.
The
I don't
thing
need
is,
to eat
from an
any of it.
empathy point of view, I feel like having barbecues and stuff now, I'm much more likely. I used to add bacon into everything. I'd make a smashed avocado
Yum.
and I would cut up bits of bacon and mix it into the smashed avocado.
It's like guacamole with bacon.
Yeah.
Great, yeah.
It's really yum. But I feel like nowadays, if I was doing that, if I was to cook the bacon for people, I'd put it in a separate bowl and then people could mix it in separately.
Yeah.
So making base vego options
It's
potentially.
nice.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
nice.
so you know that veggie rennet, it's enzymes collected from fig leaves, melons, and safflower.
It's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
How
crazy.
the thing is, how do we work out this shit? Like, how do we work out that let's use this animal's intestine? Isn't that fucked up
Yeah,
how we've
it's a
got
bit
to that
weird.
point? I think it's probably based on there's so much left over from this poor
Yeah,
animal.
you got to use
And so
every
they're like,
bit of it.
how can we work out how to do this? Anyway, and that's how they worked out the sausage thing. So, this is an interesting one. Like, I reckon you would have eaten these if I didn't bring this to the attention.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
reckon?
Yeah, because the thing is, I would have still. I know that there's gelatin,
Yeah,
and
but
I would have thought that it was vegan. Like I would have thought, it's vegan.
You get away with it. Yeah.
So the question now is, moving forward, do you think you are going to consider products that have gelatin in them?
Yeah.
Or what about even like soups that have chicken
I
stock
don't really-
as a base?
Look,
But
in
if-
all honesty, I think you should just maybe forego the soup with a stock base because you're going to get the benefits of the veggies. Josh needs soup. I reckon you could.
I need veggies.
You know what I
don't
mean?
need
I
soup.
reckon you could push the boundary on that one. Just
Couldn't I just use a
because
veggie
it's better
stock?
than
Yeah, you can use
exactly.
veggie stock.
But if you're buying it from,
Did you have to go through and specifically make sure that they all had the animal?
Yeah. I did my due diligence. Aged for 12 months. Yeah, so I looked. There's a bunch of parmesan that's in like it's already grated for the lazy folk. i.e. me, can't be fucked. It's so annoying grading this shit.
Graders are one of the
Really?
hardest things to clean.
Oh, I hate it.
No, it tastes better than the pre-grated shit.
No, I know it does, but I can't be fucked. This
Isn't
guy,
it funny, like grated cheese as an industry?
mate, they'd be making so much money.
Yeah.
So much. It's
know
such
that-
a markup on it.
They're literally like 1-star health rating. Those bags of cheese.
But
Really?
also,
Yeah.
like a big thing of cheese would be the same, no?
I don't know. I can't find actual cheese blocks with health star ratings on them.
And what does the health star rating even fucking mean?
I don't know, mate. There's
Like, based on what?
I think it's like salt and stuff.
Anyway, it's an interesting one. I'll support you on your
thank
quest to be a vegetarian, and so I've brought to the attention
Yeah, no,
a
I
few
appreciate
products
it.
that you cannot go near
Thank you.
unless you choose.
So I was talking about your phone and text messages.
Oh yeah. So last night I'm at the gym and I fucking just start getting a flurry of text messages. And I couldn't even work it out. I looked at the name and there was a name that came up, so it looked like it was a contact in my phone. I'm like, I don't fucking know that person. Is this someone that I used to go to the club with? Or like, you know when you got numbers in your phone from years ago? It's like, I clicked on it and I was like, it says audio or FaceTime. And I was like, okay, maybe they are in my phone. And then I clicked onto the information and it's got no number there.
Well, what's the name?
Rick Astley. And so then I read the text messages. Hey, Tommy. Next message. We're no strangers to love. Next message. You know the rules and so do I. Next message. Full commitment's what I'm thinking of. Next message. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. Next message. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Blah, 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 blah. I still didn't get it. I kind of understand who Rick Astley is. And then at the bottom it says, sent to you, Tommy, by one of your mates via Rick Text, TXT. So ricktext.com. Clicked on that. Some Gronk has spent, and I'm flattered, $3.50 through PayPal to send me what they describe as 1.5 seconds between each message. The next song line just keeps coming. 110% satisfied customers. 75 seconds of text messages will flood the phone.
Do you understand what it is? What happened?
It's a song. It's song lyrics.
You were rickrolled.
Yeah.
Did
But, I
you
mean,
know
it's
that
like-
or no?
But I think, the funny thing about the Rickrolled, which is an old, like, it was really popular at one point. I don't know how it became popular. It was like you'd send something, there was like a meme or something. There was
Yeah,
like,
you would send-
you got Rickrolled. My mate used to always say it to me, and I was like, it's
So
actually,
the idea is you would send someone a link or whatever, and they were going off thinking that it was something. They'll
Yeah.
click through, and it was never going to give you
Yeah.
up. Never gonna, that song. Yeah.
and so this is the text message version, which kind of drops flat when I'm just in there trying to figure out, do I know this person?
Well, it
someone
rattled you
said-
either way.
Didn't rattle me at all. I was like, I actually thought about texting you because I was like, did fucking you do it? And did you do it?
No, it wasn't me.
Who
but
was it?
It happened to me.
It happened to you
It
as
happened
well.
to me, and it was
It happened.
because
How did they get your number?
well, it was Trev.
Trevor Long.
Trevor Long.
Trevor Long has dropped $7. I mean, he might have gotten the
Well,
premium
no,
one.
it was a $5. I think he did the full song at $5.
Oh, $5. The whole song, $5 USD or Aussie?
I don't know.
you
But
did.
he, I was on the WhatsApp with him, and then all of a sudden I got all this. Are you kidding me?
No, just smelling
That is
them.
torture.
I'm just smelling them.
Just wave it under Josh's nose. May as well do that.
I feel my head hurts, so we're gonna have to finish it up soon. But I'm seriously gonna order some Uber Eats. Maybe
That grain salad was great.
Patch don't do the waffles anymore, do they? But I
Nah,
could definitely do the waffles.
There's lots of options. Yeah, so hang on. You got them too. At what time did you get them?
No, I got mine first, and then Trev asked for your number when it was all
fucking-
sort of done and
So
dusted.
you've ratted on Trev.
Yeah.
So I got it was probably 8:30 or something.
Mhm. And it just keeps going. And
The
going
phone
and going.
goes nuts, and then you're in there.
Every
and
30 seconds or minute?
No, every like
1.5.
second.
Yeah, so
1.5
it's like
seconds.
boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Oh, that's great.
It's a lot of messages. How are
That's
you?
a lot of money, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, hang on. Why did he do it?
I think it's just a fun thing. I'm guessing he found the service. He wanted to try it out, and he knew that it would rattle you. I know that you're saying it didn't rattle you, but you're like, I was just trying to figure out who it was. It seems like you're
I think it's
rattled.
pretty obvious that it's some kind of bullshit. It's nice that it reveals at the end that it's the ricktext.com.
Yeah.
Because then you can go down the rabbit hole. It's actually great fucking marketing. How can we do the Gronk flurry or the
Gronk flurry.
The Gronk
McFlurry.
flurry. So it's like a flurry of messages.
Yeah, that would be. I mean,
And an ice cream.
yeah, at the end you get an ice cream.
Does that have gelatin? What does that have in it?
Oh, no.
The McFlurry. Can you have a McFlurry?
I don't think I can have any.
You know what the thing
Can you
is?
have Macca's?
But isn't this clearly like ignorance is bliss? It's like when you this is I think as much as I haven't decided or not, whether I'm going to go vegetarian or not, it definitely has made me think more about it. And so when you are just totally tuned out and don't give a fuck, you just don't care, and it doesn't do anything. But as soon as you start placing any thought onto it, it's like, fuck, what have I been doing all this time?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that?
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel low blood sugar, to be honest, right now. I need to. One thing that I was thinking in regard, so I had a mandarin yesterday.
I'll take him off the table. You're actually Josh is drooling if you can't see.
No,
it.
I do feel a bit sort of salivary, but the mandarins. I was just wondering. I bought mandarins a while ago. They've been in the fridge. I was starting to eat I had one of the mandarins yesterday, and there was like 4 seeds to a single slice.
Yeah, that's what I remember how I was saying.
Yeah.
And I was fucking pulling them in my hand. It was fucked.
Do you think that the longer they stay in the fridge, the more seeds?
It's not going to grow more seeds now.
Oh, dude.
Okay, well, that's what I was wondering.
No.
I was thinking maybe it was
they
like
have
an
to-
overripe
No, that'd have to
piece
be
of fruit.
No, that'd have to be attached to the tree to grow more seeds.
But that's because then you would think that
You'd have to-
even
it wouldn't just.
how do they
appear
do
out of-
seedless? You're saying like if there's seedless ones, the longer you'd have the seedless sold watermelons, they would start growing seeds. Is that same thing?
No, because there wasn't a seed to start with. I know that my thinking.
But how do you know there was a seed to start with? How do you know there wasn't 4 seeds to start with?
Well, that's what I'm thinking, but it just seems excessive.
If
So I
you
was like,
if you
there's so
imagine
many
if-
seeds. I was like, maybe it all started with one and then it fucking
Yeah.
had another one or some shit. I don't
It's a funny thought.
But it's not a funny thought. It's a serious thought.
It's a weird thought. It's a Kramer thought.
Did you find out about the eggs, by the way? What eggs are if they could ever be chickens?
Nah.
You didn't type that in?
No, well, no, it was too big.
Did you read out anything from the?
I got a bit distracted.
And what are yolks? Yolks, I'm guessing, are like because you know how sometimes you can see an egg and it's got a bit of blood or something. Like that was like the chicken that could have been.
It's come from the inside. Yeah, I know, but I used to. This is all the shit I'd say as a kid, and I was totally thinking, I'm eating small chickens that haven't been born.
And that's not true. Is that what you're saying?
From what I read when I was younger, it's not true. I mean, I can pull out my phone and start searching it. It's quite an easy thing to Google, Mr. 97.
No, sorry, I'm just trying to. Kroger said mandarin seeds come from dried gelatin. So I'm just.
Kroger's just talking
Kroger,
shit.
Yeah,
Kroger.
exactly.
Is
So I'm just-
Kroger Blinky Bill?
I think Macca's ice cream had pig fat in it, but
Oh,
I'm not sure
back
if
in the
that's still
day.
the
Remember
case.
that? Lad,
Soft
it was
serve.
like,
All soft serve, I think, is made of that.
well, I remember them saying that. Can you actually confirm that? Because
One thing at a time.
yeah, no, baby.
I want to know the egg thing.
Okay, do you want to Google the egg thing or do you want me to Google
You
it?
Google the egg thing. I think it will require sort of faster typing to get us at
And I'll
first. But
and I'll see you.
does Macca's use lard, which is the fat? Because I remember
No, just say, is Macca's soft?
we
is
don't use
McDonald's
lard.
soft
Some people think there is some kind of lard or animal fats in our frying oil. No, so that's
No, type in vegetarian ice cream McDonald's.
you reckon they will do it?
Definitely.
Vegetarian ice cream McDonald's.
Yeah, so I mean, we've been very vegetarian heavy this week because it does become very consuming. I feel like I spend most of my time trying to work out what I'm going to eat next.
There is no use of animal fat. Yeah, in their ice cream.
So is it vegetarian?
Garden salads, obviously, and ice cream are both vegetarian. So you're all good. You can keep eating.
So I can go and get a 55-cent cone after this if I wanted to.
You could if you want to
Okay,
make
great.
that decision.
So the eggs that you buy and eat are eggs that never had a baby chicken growing inside them because they were never fertilized by the father chicken or the rooster, and it looks like the yolk is. For the white yolk, it forms around the fertilized or unfertilized egg yolks. So the whites are the protective thing around the yolk. So from the sounds
It
of
makes
things,
So
egg
if
sound
the chicken-
not
it
it
appealing.
looks like
So if
the
a chicken
chicken
had
comes from the
s-
yolk.
If
If
a
it's
chicken
actually
had
fertilized.
sex with a rooster, that egg, it would inseminate. Is that what it's called?
I think
Well, I don't know how it's not in there right now. It's that big. It's a very small level. I
But
mean, you
then
got to
it-
think about the size of a chicken's penis. Does it even have
But
one?
no, the penis
Surely it
isn't-
does.
But the penis doesn't have to
Does
penetrate.
a chicken have a penis? Can you look at that?
But the chicken rooster, the
Oh,
rooster.
sorry, rooster. Oh my God, he's found some rooster.
Here we go. National Geographic. How chickens lost their penises.
What? Hang on.
He's
You
done
should
a
have
big
seen his
face.
face.
Yeah, what's that?
What have you found? I mean, you're right.
They're measuring a duck penis.
We don't want to see that.
He's
It's
doing-
what they led with. It's literally like a video the whole size of the website.
And so it was a chicken because cows are female
Yes.
bulls or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. No, cows are females, bulls are males.
Yeah, correct.
But I think, yeah, you're right. Chickens, ladies,
Female.
lovely ladies.
and then
the
roosters are
roosters.
the males. And so roosters obviously don't make eggs.
No, they don't. So
but
when
the
you
thing is, we're talking about penis size of a rooster. No, but I don't actually think it matters.
yeah, I know,
because,
but didn't you think about,
because-
like, if you think about,
Because when you make someone pregnant, your penis isn't penetrating their eggs.
no,
The
I know,
sperm
I know,
swims
but I just,
up.
This is
And then-
crazy.
okay.
Okay.
The rooster injects sperm into a hen by pressing his vents against hers in a process known as a cloacal kiss. The cloaca is the chamber just inside the vent where the digestive, urinary, and reproductive tract ends. The rooster's cloaca contains two tiny nipples at the end of the two ducts that transport semen from the rooster's testes. The testes are
Do
hidden
they say
inside.
testes? Is testes a medical term?
Yeah, test
The
it.
testes are inside the rooster near his backbone and look like a pair of large white beans. To transfer semen into a hen, the two cloacal nipples serve as the rooster's mating organs.
So it's two
They've got no
vents.
dick. The
No,
rooster
got no
doesn't have a
dick.
dick.
No,
So it's got like
Dickless.
two. I'm just imagining two fucking air cons
Yeah.
just doing a bit of that. Two vents.
That's amazing.
Is there any videos?
I mean,
Not on this website. During the cloacal kiss, the hen squats. The rooster does a balancing act on her back, and when everything is working right, the hen lifts up her tail to one side while the rooster bends his tail downwards for the kiss.
So what is it? What do you call it? A cloacal kiss?
It's a cloacal kiss.
I was thinking, you know how people call, blokes roosters? I don't think you can use that
Well,
term.
you
They got
call
no
yourself
dick.
a you call yourself a rooster.
Yeah, but I've just realised I was saying that I've got no dick.
Yeah, you've just got a vent.
I'm just
And
doing
so-
little kisses and
And so
making
you
people
were saying
pregnant.
hen. So is a chicken a hen?
Yes.
A
yes,
female-
Yeah, female's a hen.
Hen?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And so was chicken a
There's no male
Chicken-
chickens.
could a chicken be a male or a female?
Because that's a good point.
Is chicken sort of the category?
But then how about this? It's just maybe then the male chickens can have sex with the hens and then the roosters are just some sort of trying
How
to be
do
a
the roosters-
superior breed.
No. There's
Roosters-
a male chicken is a rooster.
Okay. So
Okay.
yeah.
So there's not two
But a
different.
female chicken is
Is
a
a hen.
hen.
Hens and roosters
But
is
you got
basically
hens
how
and
you
roosters,
categorize.
yeah,
But a rooster is a chicken.
No.
Is
So
it a
it's
male
an
chicken?
animal.
Male
Yes.
chicken.
Is it a male
Yes.
chicken?
Yes, yes.
Does
yes.
that mean that a bull is a male cow?
No.
Why?
Because it's with so then what's the
Do we have any Instagram?
because
stuff?
then what we're trying to do is we're working out like
I'm trying to
you've got
understand the
humans, so you've got
categories. Yeah.
humans
Mhm.
and you've got male genitalia, female genitalia,
Mhm.
and then you've got all the
Mix.
ones you want to
Yeah.
identify with, or there is biologically some people have both,
Mhm.
and so then you're categorizing it like that. So we're saying chickens,
Yeah.
and then you have roosters, and then you have hens.
Exactly.
But then we're trying to go cows.
Cattle, maybe? No.
So a bull is an intact adult male of the species Bos taurus, which is a cattle.
Okay, so Bos taurus, and then is a cow.
Have
if
you
that's how
saying
you pronounce
Bostaurus? Have you ever said Bostaurus
Nah,
before?
I just thought it was an
Okay,
easy
you
word to say. And
you
it sounded like it sounded like a good
It's
word.
Maybe it's Taurus.
Bos taurus.
Bos
I'd
taurus.
love to learn more about all this animal stuff.
The genus and what do they call it? Yeah,
What's-
you have like genus family, and it's like the scientific terminology for all the different families of species.
How could we? Because I didn't learn any of this in school. I don't know anything.
But what for?
Well, for this, like for these
Aren't we
conversations.
learning right now?
Yeah,
We've
that's
just
what I'm saying.
learned.
So that's what's so cool about this.
This is why we have a podcast,
Yeah.
because we're a couple of gronks that don't have much idea about much.
So how could we? Because I was thinking about every single day learning about a country. I got a book of every country in the world, and I was thinking of every day researching, spending an hour learning about a country.
I think when you sort of do it at a grand level like that across, it's like we do it every day.
How
we
many
learn.
countries do you reckon there are in the world?
I was going to say 52, but that's the states in America. Yeah, I don't know.
50 states in America.
50? Is it?
51?
I thought it was 50. I thought 52.
52 is there's 52 weeks in a year. Maybe there is 52.
One of my clients, when I was a personal trainer, he knew all of them because you'd go through the alphabet. Arkansas, you go A, B, C, and they've all got one. Actually, probably not.
How many
Z.
states in the US?
50.
50. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think you need to sort of wrap it up in this sort of grand every single day. I'm going to show up.
How many
and learn.
countries do you reckon there are in the world?
I don't know.
What do you
Dr.
reckon?
K just joined, more than 100.
Dr.
Countries?
K?
Countries in the world?
Is that
Yeah,
what Dr. K said,
Yeah.
or are you guessing?
No, that was Dr.
Dr. K.
K's guess.
Dr. K. Thanks, Dr. K.
More than 100 countries. I feel like I'd love a specific number, but that's okay. I did have it. Yeah.
Kroger said, Dirt Talk with Mr. 97. There's a podcast in this.
Dirty talk.
Yeah.
Dirty
Yeah.
talk.
Definitely.
About
I think that,
animals' mating habits and how they,
What about
how they
something-
achieve.
so. The LA facts stuff has gone quite well, I think.
Well, it's because we're interested in it. We've all got investment in it.
Could we do 1 day a week, like an animal, like an animal
a
fact?
science fact.
Yeah.
This is
Does it have to be just on animals, or can it just
You
be a
can-
science fact? I prefer science fact.
I mean, the
That'd
good.
No, I like the idea of specifically. I feel like I've got a huge blind spot in regards to animals.
But maybe just find your own time. I'll tell you this.
But that's what I literally said. I want to.
864 seconds. This is Harper. I thought it was really good. He
be-
posted
I
this
saw
today.
this morning.
And I was like, what's Harp doing? What's 864 seconds even mean? And he said 864 seconds is 1% of your day. 14 minutes and 24 seconds in total. What if for the next 28 days you invested 864 seconds doing the thing you keep delaying, deferring and denying? The meditation, the cardio, the decluttering, the playing, the reading, the writing, the stretching, the thing. You might just create some shift, some calm, relief, clarity. It might even be the most valuable 1% of your day. And so
isn't that an argument that I should do my one country a day?
oh, you can 100%.
For 14 minutes.
Yeah, but no, you said an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, you
have to do
struggle
14
sticking
minutes.
to a whole bunch of stuff. And that's where I just flag. What I appreciate is you're sticking to the vegetarian thing. That's fucking commendable, bro.
Well, because I could have had that I could have just had those lollies.
I wasn't going to let you. Don't think I'm going
Are
to
you fucking kidding me?
I'm not going to let you fucking idiot.
You're
I don't-
literally like, do you
Waving
want
them
some?
in front of
You're
your
like,
nose.
you will have some. You literally said this could be your final hurrah.
If you decided that you wanted to do your final hurrah, I would be happy to be here by your side to support you
My
through.
final hurrah was Saturday last week. Yeah. Anyway, what's the LA fact? 97.
LA fact of the day. Animals are banned.
Okay, an animal fact for an LA fact.
Yeah.
This is good.
It's,
Animal
it's
heavy.
fitting, isn't it?
It's great. Well done.
Animals are banned from mating publicly within 1,500 feet of a tavern, school, or place of worship.
Who's enforcing that?
Don't know.
And I mean, it's very hard when you're trying to fucking analyze if vents are touching. What's that
Yeah.
called again? Colloquial.
Cloacal?
Colloquial kiss?
Colloquial kiss.
I think it's cloacal kiss, yeah.
colloquial kiss.
Cloacal.
I
Love
like
it.
that. What is colloquial? If you actually look up colloquial kiss as a definition, what is colloquial kiss? What is it defined as?
How do you spell colloquial?
Cloacal.
Cloacal.
Cloacal. Cloak and then ale. He's fast, isn't he? He's so fast.
How's our internet?
I mean, don't give him excuses. He hasn't
Checking
read out
his
one
emails
person.
or something? Or what is he?
I reckon
He just
he-
keeps doing faces.
No, I'm just on images. I'm just
Can
looking
you type
at
in? No, we don't need. This is where he goes down the rabbit hole of going to Google Images.
You want
That
to
doesn't help us.
understand it, though.
Yeah, if you just type in define :
Oh, you okay.
and then Cloacal Kiss. Is Cloacal Kiss actually in the dictionary, or even the word cloacal? What are people saying on Instagram? I feel like Dr. K would have an
Kiss,
answer.
we can work it out.
Not yet.
I mean, the kiss bit. The kiss bit is where they meet together. So you just refer to that action.
Okay, so the cloaca is a common cavity at the end of the digestive tract for the release of both excretory, I'm guessing, and genital products in vertebrates, except most mammals and certain invertebrates.
So do we have a cloacal?
Also, archaic, a sewer.
Vertebrates, do we even... That's a dumb question. Vertebrates, is that different to a...
It's the bones in your spine.
Yeah, that's what I
your
thought.
spine bones.
Yeah, spine.
Vertebrae.
Okay, good. All right.
Oh, frogs have them as well.
Oh.
What do they have, vents or cloacals?
All right, Mr. 97, anything that you missed, this is your time to redeem the 80% that you missed on.
Great. Talia tuned in from New York City.
Thank you, Talia.
And I saw some photos on Insta. They look sick.
Great.
The ice skating rings, they've brought it out.
Oh, great. It seems early.
That's what I thought too.
Closing the loop on the testosterone and free testosterone, Lani says you always have a high level of total testosterone than free testosterone.
Oh, so you fucked
So
it.
maybe I've rigged the...
No, so what she's saying is you should test the testosterone free. Is that what she just said? Can you just read that again?
You'll always have a high level of total testosterone than free testosterone.
Can you look up what the difference between free and total? Surely that's the first thing you did last night.
Yeah, I did. And so the total testosterone is throughout the whole body. Mm-hmm. Like they're a much smaller number. This is why I was like, oh, no, we got to work this out. So because whatever you got, whatever Mr. 97 ends up speaking to them about and testing, I can then just get that test if it's the case. Because it's annoying that I'd have to. I don't know why you just.
I guess which is the better one.
Well, from that I took that the
total.
The more clear is the testosterone free. Because
total maybe can be dietary. I don't know. Like, is there more?
Mr. 97 found anything?
Free testosterone is referred to as bioavailable testosterone.
And that's what we need. There's no point having a bunch of testosterone if it's not bioavailable.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
Yeah, what do we got on hand? What have we got on the shelf that we can take out?
It's like having money in the bank that you can't touch. We're only doing accessible cash.
Yeah, and so do
not
we need
theoretical network.
Your body actively uses free testosterone molecules since they are at liberty to enter the body's cells.
I have a feeling that I would have a
usable.
higher...
Total testosterone is a measure of how much testosterone you have in your blood in total, both free and bound.
Oh, so you think they'll give you the...
What's bound testosterone?
I think it's like bound to like cells and molecules and stuff.
I think my total testosterone would smash all of you guys. But I think free
what does that
testosterone...
mean?
Well, because I just don't think I'm accessing it that much. But because I'm not doing all the weights and stuff, it's all stuck to my cells.
That's like saying
I don't know if it
I've
works
got
like
more
that.
energy than you. Why? Well, I've got more body fat than you.
Yeah, exactly. But is that not true? If we were, I'm not joking. If we were in a situation where we're starving, I'll probably live longer. No, I have an excess energy.
Maybe you burn it real quick.
You'll have more muscles and fat to break down for energy than we will. So you will. Yeah, you'll last longer.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate the thinking.
Do you agree?
I mean,
or no?
Tommy
you
might
probably do.
I agree the fat
like
bit,
animals
But
and
you'll
stuff
say
like
stuff
that.
about the...
I might be able to use a boulder to cave one's head in to be able to eat and survive.
Yeah.
Well, and the good thing, but we're in the same tribe, and every tribe needs the perfect one that can go out.
You'd be a great meal though.
High fat, bit of avocado,
A little bit of gyros.
yeah.
Get him on the spit.
But I'm the one that you guys have to ration because I'm so tasty. That only everyone gets a little bit of Josh. All right,
It's gonna last for the next 30 days.
But it's also the one that everyone gets their rice and all that sort of thing, and everyone's fighting over the bit of
Josh.
Yeah. But then you've got the vegetarians who you don't mix the Josh into the avocado.
But we all know how it would come out the other end.
Yeah. No, not ideal. All right, it's a daily talk show. Any reviews or anything?
Nah, no reviews.
Oh,
So just one thing, you think your thing that you're getting tested will give you both of those? Based on what she said, a testosterone test will test for both. Attached and
I literally just asked for testosterone.
So did I. That was the problem, right? I didn't even know this fucking other thing existed. Even Harp said to me, who I asked, what should I do? He said, go to a GP, ask to check your levels. And so that's all we did. So it's interesting that we've got this. There's a bit of a spanner in the works here, guys.
Yeah.
I think we'll be able to sort it out.
Yeah. I mean, we can just ask, right?
Who?
The doctor, the pathologist.
Yeah,
the
the
pathologist
pathologist
is going to be useless.
No, because they're the ones doing it and taking it. So you can just ask them, is this free testosterone?
The
or is
pathologist,
this-
if it's an actual pathologist versus using a nurse, because I called the nurse I called the place where I got it, which was done by a nurse, not a pathologist.
Oh, sure.
In a pathologist clinic. It was just a nurse clinic.
But they're
Anyway,
the ones who spin it up and figure out it.
pathologists are the ones that do that, send it off. And anyway, she couldn't answer my question.
That's what I mean.
She's
so
like,
the
"I don't know."
doctor, but the thing is that if you're getting your blood done, it's all fucking baked in. They've got the referral.
The doctor would know as well, because if you went to go get free testosterone and it measured your total, then they'd be like, oof, your levels are high. So your GP would know which test that you're going for.
The question, I guess, is if you get your total testosterone, is that going to be 2 markers? If it's 2
Yes.
markers, that's fine.
Which is, yeah. And if I
And then
only got one,
if you got one, then you can just go get the total one. Worst case scenario, we can say we're just taking free.
yeah, we're just
testosterone
based, yeah. So
for
I'm
this
hoping
one.
Mr. 97 gets both, and then I get one, and then we can just go with the free.
Yeah.
Because we would all have
she
that.
booked me in for like folate and B12 and iron.
What's folate?
Don't know.
Good for your nails, maybe? I feel like Kellogg's or their cereals have a lot of folate, maybe.
All right, guys, I'm really fucking hungry now. This has backfired on me.
Why haven't you had it? I mean, you're not vegetarian. But it's
No, I'm supporting you. I'm going to put him into the jar. The great thing is, dude, I think it's super commendable. I'm not fucking joking when I said that before. You don't stick it much, but this is something you're sticking at, and your wife is actually sticking at it too.
Well, the thing is, it's not that hard, really. I mean, it's hard.
especially when you can
but the
just
thing is, when
Uber
you
Eats from, where do you go?
veggie bar or
Yeah,
whatever.
veggie bar, yeah.
The thing is, though, that if it's, I mean, I've done
Vegetarian
a
chimichanga.
million. I've done a million diets before.
but never this.
No, and so this is. I could.
I actually was thinking walking around the aisles, I was like, this is actually genius because it, like, just removing just the hard rule of none of that forces your hand to start thinking more about what
Yeah.
you're going to have.
And so I think that I will get to a point. Like I had a juice with all different like carrot and
Exactly,
fucking
dude.
ginger and all
It's a good.
That's good.
It's moving.
And so I'm moving that, and that was the whole point
Yeah.
when I did juice fasting
Yeah.
back in the day. Is it's like, I'm going to start getting more plants and veggie. Like,
No, but you went too hard. You went
Yeah,
way
yeah,
too
yeah.
hard on that.
but also I went from doing a
ABC.
12-day juice fast, and then my first meal was a
You did like a garlic green
no,
one.
no, it was, a chicken. No, it was a chicken curry with coconut rice as my first meal.
Oh, yum. What was wrong with that?
I mean, it's super rich. You meant to do like salads with not much dressing and stuff to start with because
Oh,
you haven't
sure.
eaten for.
Special.
I
It
was
was
just
a
thinking
crash
it'd be-
diet, though. The thing about
Yeah, yeah.
vegetarian diets, they're not crash diets.
yeah.
It's a lifestyle. It's like saying I'm going to start eating healthier.
But there's the healthy, like Brie. One of the reasons that we watched Game Changers was because
Which is now available on Netflix, by the way.
yeah, it's good fact. Brie was at a shoot the other day, and there were 6 people in the room working on the shoot. Brie was the only non-vegetarian on that whole shoot. And they're all like saying, "Oh, you got to watch this doco and all that sort of thing." But then one of the girls said, "I had a friend that went vegetarian, and she just ate pasta and hot chips, and she got so fat." So there is that risk, and so I'm trying to like dial it in.
Well,
Like
I
the
think,
thing
I
is,
think your
no
fear
sugar.
of being fat is there. So then you won't do that because it would just fuck you up.
Well, the thing is, I'm not relying on cheese. Cheese can sometimes be in like a burrito or whatever. There's a little bit of cheese or whatever, but I'm not having blocks of cheese. So that's one thing I think is good.
Yeah, because you
The
can't
other
have your
thing is-
salami with it.
The other thing too is I'm not having like lollies and stuff. Like I actually have like the worst thing that I've had from a dessert perspective is like 85% chocolate. So that's good. Anyway,
All right, guys. See
glad
you.
we got to talk food again. If you've got any tips, I do need some. I think that the interest.
Recipes. I reckon send through any great
do.
vegetarian recipes.
Send through any tips on how to get a guy that doesn't cook to start cooking. That's where we start, not the recipes,
Yeah,
Mason.
true.
No, but
I mean, I could do with some great vegetarian recipes.
well, so the other thing
Right,
too
selfish.
is how do you in a vegetarian diet?
Start
No,
the gas stove.
How do you lose fat?
Train, eat veggies.
I mean, yeah.
Do that.
So
There's
that's the
two
whole
things
thing,
you
but
don't
when I-
do. Train and eat veggies.
I
And
eat
so-
some veggies, but I understand that I need
I
to.
mean, your
put-
dinner last night was like pan-fried broccoli.
Yeah.
Don't know
So-
about that.
What do you mean? Don't know about that?
Steam it.
Okay,
Okay. All
enough.
right. It's a Daily
We'll see you
Talk Show.
later,
Hi,
guys.
thedailytalkshow.com is the email address if you do have any tips. Do we have anyone on Instagram? Final
He's
thoughts.
80%. He's going to fix it.
Ryan says a broken omelette.
Nice.
You should try.
What's
Jess,
the difference between an omelette and a broken omelette? You
Just-
fucked
I'm
it.
guessing
Google
just
it,
like
Google it.
scrambled
Yeah.
eggs.
It's an omelette that you fucked.
Yeah, a little bit. Jess says, great fact, 97s. And Campbell says, if you guys get lost in LA, we know what's happening.
What's happening?
It's in terms of us getting lost and then we're feeding on you, Josh.
Oh, great. Yeah, yeah. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Joshua Tree getting fucking taken out. All right, it's a Daily Talk Show. See you tomorrow, guys.
See ya.